of this month, and it will be changed. And I stopped building the site. I stopped. I just quit. I had them shut it down. Now, our Grant page is up where we sell Grant gear. That is up. And it's real Grant gear, guys. This ain't the stuff out of Pakistan. This is the real shit. It's headquartered in Mexico. It's the same stuff that Floyd Mayweather wore and them guys. I mean, this is the real Grant gear you can get. And do we offer it a little bit better? We offer it actually a better price than what you get from the manufacturer. You can get a set of Grant gloves from the manufacturer at about $1,200. I can let you have some for anywhere from $550 to $750, depending on what style you choose. All right. Now, I'm advertising myself here. What wasn't it? That's right. It does say FightServ Boxing and MMA on it. Never mind. I'm allowed to. And if you look at them, go to the website, you'll see. Do what now, Professor?
Another question about Buddy Darnell. You have to admit that for a light heavyweight,
that's what he's fighting at right here.
Middleweight, he's enormously muscular. The biceps of a bodybuilder. Is there the body strength that goes with that? Is he really exceptionally strong compared to other fighters in the ring?
Well, there's a couple fighters that's in his group as far as that. Andre Ward isn't, as far as strength. I'm talking about the elite fighters. Bodu Jack is there. He's got the strength. Pete, we got a new guy that's the national director of training named Jacob Hudson. If you look him up, he's a back-to-back national champion at 132 pounds in 98, 99. He's also got a fight on YouTube against Miguel Cotto as an amateur in the Pan Am Games. And he was a silver medalist in the 1998 Guerrero Games. And in New York City, this guy is great. And he's national director of training right here at Aiken, South Carolina, and he is off the chain, man. Don't kid yourself. This guy.
About Darnell's strength.
And the strength training he was telling me the other day.
Stamina, and that is that if you can match stamina with strength, that'll give him a different style of fighting. Push the guy against the ropes, keep him there, wear him down, and then ring his dead.
That's a good point. It's a damn good point.
Could be added on it and give him another dimension in the ring.
Stamina added to it would give him a hell of a dimension in the ring. You're right about that. That's a good point.
Right, because you can even have a combination of enormous punching power and huge strength, but if the stamina isn't there, obviously you have to stand around and catch your breath every now and then.
That's a great point, because let's take a look for stamina, for instance. Gennady Golovkin knocking out Macklin in the 11th round. He was just as powerful in the 11th round as he was in the first. Guys, we interviewed Darnell Boone and Costa was on that show not too long ago, and we didn't have to interview him again. Darnell, I just had to buy him a bunch of gear because he posted on Facebook any donations for boxing, and I got mad. I was like, what do you mean? Hold time out. You call me. And so I ended up getting a couple sponsors here the last couple days and stuff like that. And plus I went in and bought his gear he needed, stuff like that. And I mean, this guy has the capability of being a super middleweight champion of the world. He really does. He just needs a little bit of work here and there. His footwork's good. He's gotten a lot better recently since he started with this new trainer down in St. Petersburg. His jab is perfect. He can maintain distance now a lot better than he could before. Watch the Wood fight and see the difference between then and now as far as him maintaining distance and using his advantage. You know what I mean? Learn how he's learned to use his advantage. He was sub 500 at one time, guys. When I say sub 500, I mean he's won 4 out of his last 5 fights. Am I correct, Professor?
All the victories by KO.
Exactly. And like I said, check that article out, man. The professor wrote a hell of an article on him, and it's a short article, but it's awesome, man. And I've had things been shared over 6,000 times total by different people, and I've had comment after comment after comment after comment talking about, hey, how good is this? Michael Montero, Ringside Report, Brad Burkett. I can keep going with the people that's commented. Joel Diaz, you name it. You know, we just had Joel Diaz on the show not so long ago, and we had Gary Goodrich from MMA, an MMA Pioneer. We've had Tim Bradley's getting ready to come on the show. Which, when we started Sirius, we were running a Tim Bradley Pacquiao special. It's a 3-episode special, which is going to kind of go outside of the 3-night-a-week thing, Professor.
Yeah, I got to make an excuse for my article having been short. You know that I had to take into consideration the attention span of so many people on boxing groups on the internet, who really wouldn't read something that wasn't in their opinion too long. I would be very, very happy to write a full-length article or even a book about Darnell.
Doing this career, I'm thinking about. I'd like to do that, a book about him, because he is.
I'd be happy to do that, and I think if it's done right, it could be done regardless how the rest of his career goes. From
the reason I say toward the end of, the end of his career, I believe I'm going to lead him. FightServ Boxing MMA, guys, is going to give this guy a championship. We're getting ready to win one recently, right now. But I promise you, once he gets in the ring with somebody that gives him a shot, he's a champion. He's a world champion. He's back. That look's back in his eye. You've heard the eye of the tiger from Rocky, I'm sure. He's got it. And watch that last fight. He knew that guy was done, man. He knew it. He just turned and looked at the crowd, put his hands up like, oh well. You know, like, hey, he had no chance to begin with. And these guys don't. They don't understand. Like I said, don't miss him. February 18th, Costa, Mesa, California. Dimitri Boloff. And he was a hell of a fighter. He fought over 5 KOs, something like that. And had a real good amateur career, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was a superb amateur. He won a couple of world championships.
He's already a world champion, that's what I'm saying. And that's the reason we moved from West Virginia to this. And it gives us it has more reward. There's a big risk in it, don't get me wrong. So we moved back to 500, not counting the draws. But there's a big reward in it too, if it comes through. Even at 5-0, I mean, even at there's still a reward there. Because look at Dimitri's combined opponents records. You know, this guy was so good as an amateur. He's almost in the Vasily Lomachenko category. You know what I mean, Professor? I mean, nobody comes in that quick and gets title shots like that. This guy did. So Lomachenko got one off the bat. And what Lomachenko did to Gary Russell Jr. was embarrassing. I had the Wizard of Defense on here last night, and they call him the Wizard of Defense anyway. And he just went to work for FightServ, and this guy knows defense better than anybody ever seen. And he told me last night, he said Lomachenko is the most skilled guy in the sport, bar none. He said, watch the tennis video. You had a chance to watch that yet, Professor?
Watch what?
That tennis ball video that Lomachenko does.
No, I haven't seen that.
That thing is awesome, man. He's got about a 2.5 foot rubber band that he keeps extended out at 3 foot, and it never loses. If he just so happens to punch it off to the right, he moves his footwork to where he puts it back on center. You know what I mean? That tells you his footwork, his angles, and everything is perfect. It's perfect. He's inside, outside. He can fight you in the pocket. He can fight you from distance. He can fight you from anywhere. What he done to the fastest hands in the sport, named Gary Russell Jr. There's nobody faster in the sport than Gary Russell. That's a proven fact. He schooled him. He schooled that guy. Now, Cerullo got a hold of him early in his career, and what he did to him, if any other referee's got that fight, Lomachenko wins. 27 low blows is ridiculous. And never even get a warning. That's bad. But you got to figure Cerullo is a great. When I say great, what I mean by that is he's fought the best of the best. In the lower weight classes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Want to review Dimitri Bival's professional record?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay, well, you mentioned that he's 5-0, and every one of them are KOs. And as most young boxers starting their professional career, he has not faced any world beaters. The composite record against him is not really that good, but it's not as bad as most other fighters have had. One thing, there isn't one loser on the entire slate. His first opponent was 25-10. The next one, Konstantin Darnell, was 15-6. Johnny Vegas was 17-10-2. Felipe Romeo was 19-8-1. And his last one, Jackson Jr., was 19-4-0.
That's what I mean.
That's a composite record of 98 wins. His opponents had 98 wins, 63 by KO. They lost 33. So about 35% of their fights when they fought him, they had lost. And they suffered between them 27 KOs. And that averages out to a record of 27-1. And the 20 victories would include almost 13 knockouts. But more than 5 times apiece.
Yeah.
What we know about him is mostly from his amateur record. I don't think that we can say that against these kinds of opponents that what we see in the ring is much of an indication of how good he could be. To tell you the truth, I thought that against some of them, it looked like he was sparring. But I wouldn't say that means he has slow hands. Maybe he just didn't feel like he had to turn it on because he knew that what he could do.
You're right, you could be. Well, I'm not going to discuss our strategy with Darnell against him, but I'm 100% confident in the fact that Darnell will beat him. If I wasn't, he wouldn't be there, you know what I mean? I am definitely 100% confident in that. And we got to break for a commercial for a second. When we come back, we'll talk a little Garcia Guerrero, guys. Good afternoon, America. This is the Prophet here. How y'all doing today? I'm here to tell you a little bit about Just Beds. That's Just Beds for America. That's right. You heard JustBedsOnTheWeb.com. Just Beds, home of America's mattress. 6 great locations here in the CSRA to choose from Augusta, Grovetown, Evans, Aiken, North Augusta, and Sweetwater. Right now, they are having their biggest sale of the year. Don't miss out. Up to 36 months, interest-free. A Soda Perfect Sleeper Queen mattress as low as $287. You heard me. A Soda Perfect Sleeper Queen mattress as low as $287.
today. Don't miss out on this sale, guys. It's the red tag year-end clearance from Just Barely.